back Summit County, and I am now being joined by Sydney from the town of Silverthorne. How are you?
Good. How are you, Patrick?
Doing pretty well. The snow is falling, and we're having a blast, and I think everyone's kind of like all excited for the winter to start.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm excited.
Are you ready for the winter, or are you like, man, not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
But, you got to embrace it, I think.
We don't really have much of a choice at this point, right?
Yep.
Now, let's talk a little bit. I'd say, what has it been, probably like a year and a half or so that Silverthorne's been doing these First Friday events, and we've been gaining all kinds of steam and been trying new things, and we're going to do a little bit of a different First Friday this week. It's the Silverthorne Stroll, so tell me a little bit about that.
That's right, Patrick. It's a very different First Friday event this November. It's Friday, November 1st, and it's going to be called the Silverthorne Stroll. And so there's about 15 to 20 different businesses in Silverthorne participating in this event.
Sweet.
And what it's going to be is they're offering a First Friday special of some sort that day. And so kind of honoring that November tradition of community and giving back. Each business will also be giving a percentage of their sales back to a local nonprofit of their choice.
Oh, wow. That's excellent.
Kind of cool as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, Silverthorne, all the towns, obviously, in this county and the county as a whole, but Silverthorne, I know I've been a part of it for a few years myself, and it's such a good community, such a tight-knit community, and having something like this is really a good opportunity to see one of your friends or see your neighbor that you don't really get to spend a lot of time with.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. And I think this November one is going to be the perfect example of those First Fridays. Just to tease a couple of them, we have a new Silverthorne business, a new restaurant in town called Timberline Craft Kitchen.
Oh, do we?
They actually won't be opening until November 7th, but for First Friday, they're going to do a special little preview night of their menu. So that will be your first chance to get into that new Silverthorne restaurant.
That's a pretty good opportunity for like a little soft opening. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then a lot of our businesses around town will have live music that night as well. Angry James will have live music, Baker's Brewery, and Murphy's will all have people there.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. Are they trying to abide by a certain timeline? Is this starting at like 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock? What's the plan?
Yeah, that's a great question. Most of the businesses will be about the 5 to 8 p.m. timeline. Okay. But that being said, some of them, you'll have to check out the website. A lot of them are going to be doing specials all day.
Okay.
So it's just kind of a First Friday all day event with different specials going on. The live music portions will really be about 5 to 8, and then that late night 8 to 11 up at Baker's Brewery.
Sweet. I think that's pretty cool that we kind of have a moving location, and people can kind of move and go from one location to the next, and help just like different scenery, meet some different people. You go to this bar, and then you go to this other business, and you see different people there. So
and support different local nonprofits.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we also have another little event that's coming up as well. It's the Celebrations Around the World event. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's correct. Celebrations Around the World happens every year at the Silverthorne Pavilion, and that is November 21st this year. Okay. It's a Thursday night. And actually what we're doing right now is looking for different people in our community to volunteer to sponsor a booth and represent their culture. So if you're from a different country and want to represent your culture this night, we actually have a booth informational night tomorrow night, and that's Tuesday, October 29th at the pavilion to kind of give more information, let you know what we'd like you to sponsor at that booth to represent your culture, and just try to get more people involved this year.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity to give you more of like a personal touch of like giving you a little more of an explanation rather than just like boilerplate, put a couple things online, and then people aren't like, what do I do about this? How do I do this? So that's definitely a good opportunity. And the Silverthorne Pavilion itself is just such a good forum and a good location to be able to house something like that. So,
yeah, it's a really fun night. We really have probably 10 to 12 different countries and cultures represented. You get to try samples from each of those different countries of food and just learn about the culture. It's a really fun night.
Sweet. Sounds like really a blast. I mean, both of these events together, I think they kind of go hand in hand. You have your community, your smaller community of like where we live, but then we all have these extra like belongings of where we come from and what our heritage is, and really as a whole of, you know, humans being a community rather than just Summit County.
Right. Yeah, and it's a great culture and community here in Silverthorne.
It is. For anyone that missed any of this information, what is the website that they can go to catch up on it?
Yeah, great question. Silverthorne.org is where you can find info about all of this. The first Friday specifically, if you go to our events calendar and just click on the event, you can see all of those businesses listed out and what special they're offering.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Sydney, for joining us this morning. Give us a little rundown and a little helpful information for us to become a closer community.
Yeah.
So don't go anywhere, guys. The snow is falling, and we still got a little more for you. So come on back in a couple minutes.